morning class. How are you all? I hope everyone is fit and fine. So in previous session we have continued this chapter 8, use of pencil. Today also we will complete the last part of this chapter, that is about future tense. In earlier session we have done about present tense and one more about past tense. Now in this session we will start future tense. Okay. In present and past I think everything is clear to you and you have seen the video, and also on your school website the worksheet which is uploaded there, you have completed it. Okay. So now today we are going to start future tense. Present tense we have completed, past tense too we have completed. Now we will do future tense. Now as the tense itself is showing, and as I have told you that the thing which is going to come in the next time, okay, the thing which is going to come, it is not happening, it is not happened, but it will happen, then it is your future tense. Okay. Now for example, June is going to come, so after some days, today is 20, after 11 days June will come, the month of June that will come. So June will come, it shows only future tense because presently we are not here in June, but after 11 days it will come. So now today we will start future tense. As in present tense you have got 4 parts. Okay, present indefinite or simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. In past also you have got the same, only at the place of present you have seen past. Likewise, simple past or present past indefinite, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. So likewise only you will have to remove present and past, and at the place of present or past you will have to add future. Rest all the name of the kinds will be same here. So just go down and see here kinds of future tense. Okay, I am going to tell you about kinds of future tense. Please note down in your copy. Kinds of future tense. So here the first one which you are going to get, that is simple future tense. Simple future tense, or it is also known as, simple future tense is also known as future indefinite tense. Okay, two name again you are getting for the same kind, indefinite tense, simple future tense or future indefinite tense. It is the first kind. Now the second one is future continuous tense. As you were getting in present continuous tense, in past continuous tense, so likewise only here in future you are getting future continuous tense. Now the third one is future perfect tense. Okay, third one is future perfect tense. And the fourth and the last one is future perfect continuous tense. Future perfect continuous tense. So when you see here kinds of future tense, finally you got 4 kinds of future tense. The first one is either you can say simple future tense, or it is also known by this name, future indefinite tense. Okay, never be confused. If you are getting simple future tense or future indefinite tense, uses and helping verb and everything, all the rule and regulation is same, because 2 names are there but the tense is only 1. Now second is future continuous tense, third is future perfect tense, fourth and the last is future perfect continuous tense. Okay, so I think you have noted it in your copy. Now one by one we will see. So here the first one is our future simple future tense or future indefinite tense. Okay. am going to tell you about the rule of simple future tense and what is the use, where you will use this type of sentences. So this simple future tense you will use, suppose if you are getting an action which will happen in the future, okay, to express an action which will happen in the future or which will happen in the upcoming time, so there you will use simple future tense. Understood? For the action which shows that it will happen, it will take place in the future, so you will use simple future tense. For example, we shall meet again on Friday. As you know very well, my classes is on Wednesday and Friday. So today is Wednesday and after today again we are going to meet on Friday. Okay, so it is future Friday, means the date is 22. It is not here, it is not today, but it will come. After one day it will come. So we shall meet again on Friday. It shows the action which is going to take in future. Okay, so here you will use simple future tense. I think it is clear to you. Now about the rule as helping verb. Okay, as helping verb you are getting two helping verbs in simple future tense you are getting. First is shall and the second is will. Two helping verbs you are getting in simple future tense. First is shall and the other one is will. Where you will use shall, where you will use will. Now see here. In pronoun chart, as I have told you, in the first person. In the first person subjective case, in singular you are getting I and in plural in subjective case you are getting we. So for subjective case with the first person only. Okay. With the first person only you will use shall. So first person is I and we. Understood? First person is I and we only. Now with rest all the noun and pronoun, whether he, she, it or means any other pronoun, and along with the noun you will use will only. Rest all pronoun, rest all noun and pronoun you will use will. Understood? With first person in subjective case, that is I or we, you will use shall. With rest all other noun or pronoun you will use will. But sometimes the condition is changed. This shall and will also it is your modal verb. Okay, it also works as helping verb, but also sometimes it works like modal verb. So if you are getting possibility or determination, so with if you are getting shall, so at the place of will you will use there. If you are getting the sentence which shows possibility or determination, okay, or promise, so the condition should be different. If you are getting I but the sentence is showing promise, so you will not use their shall in modal verb. I am telling, remember it, in modal verb. But you will use their will. Okay. But if you are getting he and if it is showing determination or possibility, so you will use their shall. Okay. Condition should be different there. If you are getting in the terms of modal verb, it is also your helping verb. Helping verb in case if it is coming in simple future tense or future indefinite tense. But if you are getting as modal verb, so the condition should be different. It will be opposite. With I and we you will use will and with others you will use shall. If you are getting possibility, determination, promise, if the sentence is showing, then only. We will not go in depth of that because here I am only teaching simple future tense. So here with helping verb shall, with first person I and we you will use helping verb shall, and with rest all noun and pronoun you will use will. Now see, helping verb, that is clear to you. Now always you will use verb first form here. In future indefinite tense you will use verb first form. Okay, along with helping verb you will always use use verb first form, whether you are getting affirmative sentence, negative, interrogative or any other part. If too you are getting interrogative, negative, then also you will use verb first form all the time in simple future tense. Now see an example. Example I am writing. You. I have written you. So here should we have to use shall or will? Yes, we have to use will only. Because with I and we only we will use shall, with plus all we will use will. You will win the match tomorrow. You will win the match tomorrow. Here I have written you will win the match tomorrow. Will itself it is showing that the given sentence is in simple future tense or future indefinite tense. And as I have told you, we will use verb first form. So here I have used verb first form, that is when. Okay. So now it is clear to you, and see the sense, we will win the match tomorrow. Tomorrow means in the future, the next day. So here we are using simple future tense. I think it is clear to you. Now if we have to change the given sentence into interrogative, so how you will change? In interrogative, yes no type, how you will change? As in previous session I have told you, firstly you will write helping verb, because we have to change this one into interrogative yes no type. So helping verb, after helping verb subject will come. Okay. Then subject, verb first form will come, then object or other part, whatever you are getting, so that will come, whether it is complement or object itself. Now helping verb plus subject plus verb first form plus rest all the part. So likewise, please try to do by yourself. Okay. Now just see here. If you have done, then please just match. Helping verb. Which is your helping verb? Here you are getting, you will win the match. I have told shall and will, these two are helping verb with simple future tense or future indefinite tense. So here will you are getting, so will is our helping verb. Will, after will subject you will write. What is subject? Who is going to win the match? You. You is the doer. So after will we will write subject, and here in the given sentence, given example, the subject is you. Will you? Verb first form. When only. Okay. When is action word. So here, as just like this, we will note it. Will you win? Then rest all the part. The match tomorrow. The match tomorrow, and after this, you will put question mark. Understood? Will you win the match tomorrow, and in the last, because it is interrogative, so we have to put in the last question mark. That's why I have put here. I think it is clear to you. Simple future tense helping verb is your two helping verbs you are getting in simple future tense. First is shall and the other is will. With first person pronoun is I or we, you will use shall, and with rest you will use will. And along with that, in all the sentences of simple future tense or future indefinite tense, you will apply verb first form only. Now the second kind is our first kind. It is cleared. Now the second is future continuous tense. Okay. Future continuous tense. It is the second kind of future tense, future continuous tense. Firstly, just listen, just pay attention where you will apply, where you will use future continuous tense. So listen carefully. To show an action which will be going on in future. Okay, to show an action which will be going on in future. So there you will use future continuous tense. Which will be going on in future, also it will in continuation form. So that time you will apply, you will use future continuous tense. For example, they will be working the future too they will be working hard. They will be continue their work in future too. So it is showing continuation also in the future. So it is your future continuous tense only. Now see the helping verb of future continuous tense. As I have told you, in simple future tense you are getting two helping verb, shall and will. So here in future continuous tense again you are going to get two helping verbs. First one is shall be. Okay. In shall only add be. So here it is the helping verb of future continuous tense. And the other one is your will be. Shall be and will be. If you can remember the helping verbs of simple future tense, shall and will, so it is easy to you because only be that is added here and we are again getting two helping verbs. And as I have told you, with I and we you will apply shall be. Okay, with I and we you will apply shall be, and with rest all the noun and pronoun you will use will be. Understood? Just it is likewise only simple future tense. With I and we you will use shall be, and with rest all you will use will be. Now you can see here they. They is our third person pronoun. Third person in plural number we are getting they. So that is third person, it is not I or it is not your first person. So that is why I have used here will be. Okay. And in all the form of continuous, suppose if you are getting present continuous, past continuous or future continuous, all the time you will use past participating form of the verb. That is verb ing form only. Okay. And if you are getting continuous, kind of continuous, suppose it is present continuous, past continuous or future continuous, or present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous and future perfect continuous, so you will use past participating form of the verb, that is your verb ing form. Now see with an example. She will be cooking her meal. She will be cooking her meal. So here in the future too means it will go in continuation form. She will be cooking her meal. Here you can see she is our third person in singular number. So with she I have used will be. Because only with I and we you will use shall be, and with rest all noun and pronoun you will always use will be. After that, as I have told you, verb ing form you will apply here. So cooking in main verb, that is cook, I have added ing. So here we have got cooking, that is past participating form of the verb. Her meal, that is object. So I think it is clear to you now. When you are changing this into negative, the same sentence when you change into negative, so how you will change? Just see here. In negative only we will have to change it. First, we will write subject, then now will be. Helping verb is only one, that is here will be, but two words we are getting. So again, as I have told you in previous session, we will divide it. Okay. If you are getting helping verb only one, means, but if the words are two, just like this will be, so in negative and interrogative we will divide it. How you will divide it? See. Subject, then you will write will, then the word you will apply which shows negation. Negation means no, not, never, like that. So not I am writing here. Then again after that we will write this be. Okay. Then verb ing form, and in the last we will add object. Understood? She plus will plus not, because negative should show negation, plus be plus verb ing plus object. So now when you are going to change it, what is our subject? She only, because she is doing the action. She. Now will, as it is we will apply, because with she will have to use will only. Plus be, will, after will you are getting not. So simply you will write not Then B, as it is verb ing is this only, cooking. So you will write this, cooking. Now object here, her meal. So again you will write it just like as it is given in example. She will not be cooking her meal. It is given into a negative form of future continuous tense. Okay. Now the third is future perfect tense. Okay, the third kind of future tense is future perfect tense. So till here we have completed two kinds of future tense. First one is simple future or future indefinite, and the other one is future continuous tense. Now the third is future perfect tense. So firstly just listen, just pay attention where you will use future perfect tense. If we are getting an action that is going to complete in the future before certain period of time. Okay. To show an action, to express an action that will be completed in the future before certain period of time. So there you will use future perfect tense. For example, he will have been he will have worked hard by the time. Okay. See here, he will have worked hard by the time. As I have told you, we use future perfect tense where the action shows that it will be completed in the future before a certain period of time. But here in the given example, by the time, is it showing certain period? No, it is not showing certain period. So here we will add by next week. Okay. Or by next month we can write. So here by next month. Now this by next month, it is showing certainty. So it means the given example is a future perfect tense. Okay, he will have worked hard by next month. Now see, helping verb of future perfect tense. Again, two helping verbs you are getting in future perfect tense. The first one is shall have. Okay, shall have, and the other one is will have. Same thing we will apply here. If you are getting I and V, so you will use shall have. With rest all, you will use will have. Okay, and it is perfect. In present perfect tense, you have used verb third form. Past participle form of the verb third form. So here too you will use verb third form only. In past perfect also you have used verb third form. So likewise, in future perfect again you will apply verb third form. If you are getting I or V, so you will use shall have. With rest or noun and pronoun, you will use will have. Now see. Example. Don't forget, with I and V, you will apply only shall. Whether it is shall be or shall have. But with rest or, you will use only this, will. For example. I. Now here, as a subject you are getting I. So whether you will apply shall or will. Yes, with I and V you have to apply only shall. So I am writing here shall. I shall have done my work by 6 p.m. I shall have done my work by 6 p.m. So in this example, I is your subject and with first person, now pronoun we have to use shall only. That is why I have written here shall. And it is perfect, so we'll have to use shall have or will have. So shall have I have used. Now as I have told you, verb third form or past participle form of the verb you will use That's why I have used verb third form, that is done. Base form of the verb is do. Second form of the verb, past form of the verb, that is did. And past participle or the third form of the verb, that is done. And past participating or verb ing form, that is doing. So here we are getting third form as done. That is why I have written here done. My work by 6 p.m. 6 p.m. By 6 p.m. It is showing certainty. Okay, it is showing certain time. So it means the given sentence is used in future perfect. Now when you are changing this into interrogative negative yes no time. Okay, so how you will change into interrogative negative yes no time? See here, interrogative negative yes no time. Firstly, because it is yes no type, so again we are getting helping verb is only one, but we are getting two words as helping verb. So again we will split, we will divide it. So first thing you will apply shall, because shall have you have got as helping verb. So I have written, I am writing shall here. After shall you will use subject, whatever the subject you are getting, that you will write here. Then have, this will come. After that, which form of the verb you will use? In all the sentences related to future perfect tense, all the time you will only use verb third form. Okay, past participle form of the verb. After that, object. Object and the given time, what is given is just all the part which you are getting in sentence, that you will write there. So, according to this, convert this into yes no type interrogative negative. One more thing, it is interrogative negative, sorry. After shall, subject, and after have, you will have to apply not. Sorry, after subject you will apply not. Then after not you will write have, because it is interrogative negative. So shall we will write first. After shall we are getting subject as I. Shall I. After subject I have written not, because it is showing negation. And also to show negation you can write never, nothing, this type of word according to your suitability only. But it is negative, so you must have to show negation, that's why only I am using here not. But if you want to use any other suitable word to show negation, you can apply it. Shall I not have. After verb third form is done. Done. Then rest all the part, my work by 6 p.m. And after 6 p.m. you will write, you will do question mark. You will apply here because it is interrogative yes no type. So finally we have got, shall I not have done my work by 6 p.m. This sentence shows interrogative negative yes no type form of future perfect tense. Okay. Now the fourth and the last kind, after this today one more thing is there, then after that we will complete this chapter today. Now future perfect continuous tense. Future perfect continuous tense. Now where you will use future perfect continuous tense? To show an action that will begin in the future, but it may continue for the some time in the future, that then we will use future perfect continuous. Okay, we will use future perfect continuous tense to show an action that will start in the future, but it may continue for some time. So there we will use future perfect continuous tense. For example, we shall have been trying hard by the time. We shall have been trying hard by the time. Now here It is not showing certainty. Okay, whether we shall have been crying till 1 month, 2 months, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. It is not showing any certainty. It is only telling about the time. So it may continue in the future. So that is why we will use future perfect continuous tense here. Only the difference between future perfect is that it shows the action that is completed in the future before a certain time. So there we will use future perfect tense. But future perfect continuous tense we will use here to denote an action, to show an action that will begin in the future, but it may continue, it may start for the some time. So we will use future continuous tense. Okay. Now as helping verb, you are getting again two helping verb. First, shall have been, and the other one is will have been. So two helping verbs you are getting here. First is shall have been and the other is will have been. Now where you will use shall have been, where you will use will have been. I think it is clear to each and everyone. With I and we you will use shall have been. With rest all noun and pronoun you will use will have been. Okay. And as form of the verb you will use verb ing form. Means past participating form of the verb. Because in present perfect continuous and past perfect continuous we are using only verb ing form. So likewise here we will too use only past participating form of the verb ing form. Now see an example related to this. He will have been struggling hard by the time. He will have been struggling hard by the time. Again by the time is there. It is not showing certainty that till what period of time, which period of time he will continue his work. But it may continue for the sometime too in the future. It is showing here. So will have been. He is your third person pronoun. In singular number he, she, it we are getting. So here we are using only will. Will have been you are using because you have got subject as third person. It is not your I or B that you will use shall have been. If you are getting I and B, so you will use shall have been. But if you are not getting I or B, so whether it is noun or pronoun as subject you are getting, you will apply will have been. And as I have told you verb ing form, we will write it here. Now change the given sentence into interrogative WH type. Okay, interrogative WH type. WH type means it shows that you must have to add some WH word. According to your sense, according to given sentences, as per the suitability of the sentence, you may add any WH word. But it should show some suitability. For example, I am adding here, he will have been struggling hard by the time. So we can add where. So I am using here where. So first thing that you must have to apply, that is your question word or WH word. After here, again you are getting three words. As helping verb, you are getting three words. Will, have, been. Will is first, have is second, been is third. But the helping verb is only one. So again it is interrogative, so we will divide it. WH word firstly you will write, then you will write the main part. Main part of the helping verb, that is only will. Will or shall, here we are getting will, that is why I am writing will. Plus, now these two parts have been, will be come together. Okay, it will be coming together. So, WH word, will, and after will you will apply subject. And after subject, you will note down have been. Then verb ing form. Then rest of the part you will write here. So according to that, according to this, try to change WH word. I told that I will take the WH word as where. You can take any other word if you want. So where, as WH word we have got will. We will write will, where, will. Now subject. What is our subject? Who is doing? He. So subject is the pronoun he, third person. Where will he? Now have been we will write. Have been. Verb ing form, that is struggling. So we'll write struggling. Struggling. Then rest all the part. Is hard by the time. Okay. So in this way, and in the last it is interrogative. So you will have to apply. You will have to use. You will put here question mark only. Where will he have been struggling hard by the time? Now in this way we have got our interrogative WH time. Now it is clear to you? You have noted down it. So please try to learn, try to see 1 or 2 times if you see, so you can get it easily. Now it is all the 4 kinds of future tense that is completed. One more thing is there, and you people are using this. It is you people use this. I am going to do this, I am going to take this, I am going to talk to her, talk to him. So going to, this is the modern form everyone is using to show future tense. Now where you will use and how you will use this going to form the verb, I am going to teach about it. Okay. It is known as colored future. It is known as colored future or going to form of the future. So now we will start this and I will teach you about it, how you will apply, where you will apply, and why you are applying this colored future or going to form of the future tense. In your book also it is given. Now at the last means about all the explanation about all the kinds of future tense, it is given in your book too. You can see colored future or going to form of the future tense. In modern English, means the English which we are using nowadays. So in that English, in this English we are using this colored future going to form of future tense. Okay. We used to show, will use colored future or going to form of the future tense to show an action that has been already planned and probably it will take place in the future. So that time we will use colored future or going to form of the future for showing the action that has been already planned. It is already planned, okay. And in probably means probably in future we will get that action. So we will use colored future or going to form of the future. It is so easy. By through this we can speak, we can write about the future tense so easily. In modern English, in ancient time we were not using going to form, but nowadays means each and everyone while speaking, while writing, while talking, while conversation, they are using going to form with the verb of future tense. Now see, going to form, so it is showing that every time you will use going to form in 2 ways. As I have told you, in 2 ways. Voice is the form of verb. First one is your active voice and the other one is your passive voice. Okay. Active voice and passive voice, 2 voices are there, 2 kinds of voices there. So active voice, when the subject is the doer of the action and according to the tense we are using verb form, so we are applying active voice. It is the given sentences in active voice. But when object is the doer of the action, object is the performer of the action, and we are using past participle form of the verb, means all the time only verb, third form of the verb, so the sentence should be in passive voice. Now how you will use going to form of the future, just say this. Active voice means subject is the doer of the action and the given tense should follow the helping verb along with the which form of the verb you have to apply. If it is following, then it is active voice. But if you are getting object as a doer, object as the performer of the action and past participle form of the verb. All the time in passive only you will get past participle form of the verb. Only some exceptions are there, but 99% time you will get past participle form of the verb in passive voice. So that is your passive voice. Now see, first active voice. How you will use in active voice going to form of the verb. So firstly you will write verb to be, structure I am telling, after going to. Okay, verb to be plus going to, and then you will use infinitive. Infinitive, I told you, if you are getting verb first form, that is followed by, if you are getting to, that is followed by verb first form, then it is your infinitive only. So in active voice you will use in this way. For example, they are is verb form, and before that you must have to apply subject. So as subject I have written here they. They are. Now going to will write. They are going to make a plan. It is sentence, they are going to make a plan. Now when you say this part going to, so going to generally it only offers in the future, that in future they will make a plan. Either you can say they will make a plan or they are going to make a plan. So going to form you have get, and with that infinitive means to you have got, and with that you are getting verb first form. So it is your infinitive, and a plan, that is your object, complement. Object or complement. It is object here. They are going to make a plan here. So it is given into active voice. Okay, because it is following the rule of the tense, means are is there. So are, with are we are using going to, it is in continuation form, and with the form means only ing form we must have to apply. Then we have used an infinitive you have got here. So it is showing that it is only in active voice, and subject is the doer of the action. They is noun or pronoun should be a subject, and they is you have got. So it is your active voice only. Now when you are changing into passive voice, so how will you use colored future or going to form? Now see, passive voice. Active voice you have seen. Now passive voice, it is 0. Verb to be plus going to be plus past participle. Okay, verb to be plus going to be plus past participle. So it is passive voice, because I have already told that whether the sentence is given into present or past or future, but every time you will use only past participle form or third form of the verb. Now see an example. The thief was going to be punished. The thief was going to be punished. Was is given into, it shows only past tense. Okay, so was and along with was going to be, it is passive form, so we'll have to use be to. In active only you will use going to, you will not use there be, but it is passive, so you will use be. The thief was going to be, and as I have told you, verb third form you will apply. So punished is also in third form and also in second form. Okay, so here you have got third form the verb. So I think it is clear to you. Colored future going to form, how you will apply and where you will apply. When the action is already planned. Okay, when the planning of the action that is already done, and it will probably take place in the future. So that time in modern English nowadays, we can use colored future or future going to form of the future tense. If we are getting active voice, so subject is the doer of the action and it works according to the tense. But if you are getting in passive voice, so there that time object is the doer of the action and always you will get that verb third form here. Okay. In active voice, going to verb to be plus going to in active voice plus infinitive you are getting. But in passive, verb to be plus going to be. In passive, going to be and along with going to be past participle or verb third form you will get here. So it is about chapter 8. Now today we have completed it. Please rewind the video 1 or 2 times if you want to see anything, if any problem is there, if any confusion is there. Okay. So and this exercises, 4 exercises are there in this chapter. I have already given to you. You have completed it. So we will again meet in the next session with some another next chapter. We will start. Okay. So stay healthy at home. Thank you, class.